It's the anti-checker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulty.
What is going on, YouTube? Michael J. Crawford, the anti-checker here, at least mostly here. Good to see all of you. And so, yeah, just got back from the doctor a few minutes ago, so this should have been a stream that I did a couple hours ago, but obviously the doctors had different plans. So we'll get to that in just a minute. So Josh was first in the house today. Welcome, Josh. Captain Cat is here claiming to be first, but slightly off target. Roland says, hail. How you doing, Roland? Thomas Potts, of course, is here. Stromer says, greetings to Anti-Checker and fellow nerds. Good to see you. Commander Shran is here. Jaegerbomb is here. Black Adam is here. Quantum Leaper is here. Life with Matthew says, hey, check out the specialist Physico. We'll get to that in just a minute here. Not Ryan Johnson says, here before some people. That's true. Captain Cat says, well, I wasn't first, but I beat Thomas. Well, that's good, I guess. Black Adam says, Stromer, did you hear PayPal news? I didn't hear any PayPal news, but I've been at the doctor's all morning. Greetings from the quantum realm. Good to see you, my friend. All right, so, and Dr. Alex is here at the beginning of a live stream for once, so I need to remember not to stream at this particular time of the day. Thomas says, look at Discord. This happened several times. Let me bring up Discord real quick and see. Are you talking about the... I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Oh, Papal is in the Pope. Oh, no, I did not hear about any Papal news either. I thought it's PayPal. Gosh, I'm an idiot. But yeah, so Thomas sent me a screenshot of what looks like this live stream, but with very little information on the screen. So has YouTube just been having like intermittent issues today? Like I said, I've been out pretty much all day. After I uploaded my video this morning, I had to get ready and go to the doctor. And so here's the deal. So I saw a specialist who poked and prodded and pulled and yanked and twisted and did all this stuff with not just my back, but also my knee, because I have arthritis in my knee, and she is now convinced that the back situation has a degenerative disc disorder in combination with arthritis in that same area, and lo and behold, the MRI turned up an inflamed lymph node that could be nothing or could be something very serious. So that's going to be more good fun stuff that I have to do. And you're saying, so yeah, the comments just wouldn't show up until you refresh the stream. That's weird. That's really weird. So I have to deal with that. Now, she thinks that the part of the reason that it's been so aggravated these last couple of months is actually because the arthritis in my knee has gotten worse and I can't walk straight. I have to use a cane, and like when we go grocery shopping, I use those little carts. And so she thinks that the arthritis is actually, from my knee, has aggravated both the arthritis and the degenerative disc in my back. So she took some x-rays and stuff, and I'm going back in a couple of weeks. They are going to be basically replacing the cartilage in my right knee, and they are also going to do a epidural on my back. So that's the next step. Now, if the epidural doesn't relieve the pain, then the next step on that is surgery. So I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping the epidural takes care of it. But that's where I'm at right now. And unfortunately though, Tiki, No, not a lot. They didn't give me much in the line of drugs. They did give me something to take, and I'm hoping that it helps. But yeah. And let's see. I think yoga might help. Nothing wrong with stretching. Well, there's nothing wrong with stretching. However, while yoga is great for soft tissue injuries and stuff like that, for the type of stuff we're dealing with, probably not going to do much. But I'm open to almost anything. Um, so, so Stromer says. Let's see. So Stromer says married men becoming priests in the Eastern Catholic Churches already and probably won't cause too much issues, but women becoming priests will cause a civil war in the church. Wow, did they actually say women can be priests now? That is quite a change. I don't know if that's because now I know I'm only catching part of the conversation here. Oh, and I forgot number 18 for Thomas. I'm so sorry. I'm a little out of it right now because it has been a rough day. I apologize.
I have to save that old person. Sam! Well, thank you very much for helping me steal this.
And there it is. All right, so I'm curious about that. I'm gonna have to look that up before the Sunday stream. I had no idea that anything that radical was coming down the pike from the Catholic Church. And Black Adam said, "Sure, no women become nuns." Okay, I'm not sure what you mean there. Everyone hit the like button, please, says Captain Cat. Thank you, my friend. Surf says, I am also a ceiling fan, constantly spinning and starting back where I started. Yes, I love this shirt. This is my favorite pun shirt, that I am a ceiling fan. By the way, sorry about the lighting. I basically didn't give a crap about turning on the lights before I started today. I am just too much hurting. Let me see if I can reach this one. That's a little better. Anyway, Thomas says a 24-hour stream would help. I'm not entirely convinced that's true, Thomas, but maybe I'll do it. So let's see. Happy Commander Riker is the greatest day. Oh, I didn't know that today was Commander Riker is the greatest day. I married a nun. None in the morning, none at night. Okay. That's horrible. The Epic Beard is here. Says, I'm late, but that's normal. Well, that's okay. Epic, you are still welcome, my friend. And John Araki is here saying, everyone ignore the golden turd. I must have missed something. I did not see a golden turd. Stromer says, Handtrigger, the epidural in the back really helped my brother. His back was screwed, and it got him back and moving. I'm hoping that's the case for me. I really am. But she was very adamant that we needed to do the cartilage procedure on my knee as well, because if they just do one and not the other, it's going to probably just re-aggravate. So we'll see what happens. Excuse me. Epic Beard says, hey to all the nerds. Kidding, I kid. Well, I don't know. He sounded pretty serious to me. Thomas says, Democrats had hearings today on slavery reparations. A former NFL player said he was a Democrat until he read history. Then he said the Democrat Party should pay restitution. That's funny because in a sense, you're absolutely right. The Democratic Party should be the ones responsible for paying any reparations. Thundercats is in the house, says, do you know there are meditation techniques that help you manage pain? It can significantly help those who become dependent on pain drugs. Well, I am not taking any drugs for the pain right now, Thundercats. I am simply dealing with it as best as I can. And yes, there are, I believe me, I'm trying everything I can. Although I will be honest with you, things like meditation and stuff generally don't work well for people like me. When you run out of painkillers, you do a 24-hour live stream of just you screaming for 24 hours. That would be a possibility. Captain Cat is here. No one even knows who you are. I know who Captain Cat is. Thomas Potts says, where is BIRDOPREY? Well, I texted him a little while ago just to make sure that he wasn't going to be streaming when I got home. He's planning on starting a stream probably, if he sticks to what he's told me in the text, probably half an hour from now. Which would be about right because I don't have a lot of energy today anyway. But what was I going to say? But he could be. He didn't tell me specifically, but a lot of times if he's, like when he said, "Oh, 5 o'clock Eastern," means that he may be getting physical therapy or something like that. So Bird does a lot of stuff like that. I totally understand back issues. Been having my own. Try to feel better. I am doing my best, Epic. That's why I am. I'm pushing to see every doctor I can. I'm getting every procedure that they'll do. I am going to, I am done dealing with this back. I really am. And let's see. And Rambling says, I'll send you a link to the device I use for my back. It works wonders. Sure, you send it to me on Discord or on antchecker.com. I'll check it out. I wish Riker would get his own series like Picard. I think a Riker series would have more potential than a Picard series, to be honest with you. Obviously, I think that Patrick Stewart is a better actor than anybody else who has graced the stage of a Star Trek set. But a William Riker series, I think, would be more interesting. And I also think, and I know this sounds horrible to a lot of people, but I also think a Wesley Crusher series could work, believe it or not. And I know that sounds really horrible, but Wesley is now at the right age to where he could be getting his first command, and that could actually be interesting. And let's see. Bird is probably having one of Sassy's victims buried to hide the evidence. That's probably true. Surf says, hello, I had a panic attack the other day because I thought lost me bag of snacks. So relieved when found. You had a panic attack over some snacks? Really? That seems a little weird. Captain Cat would kill for a Riker series. I'm not quite ready to commit an act of murder, but I would really like to see a Riker series. John throws $2 in, says, hate me not. All right, John, I will not hate you for one more day, I promise. Black Adam says, I got iron supplements. I am more awake than I have been in years. Really? You probably had an iron deficiency or something, because like Mrs. Antitrekker actually has a little bit of an iron deficiency, so she takes iron supplements. Still no DVR. That's really weird, Alex, because I made sure right before I clicked on it that that I started the live stream that the DVR is enabled. I don't know why YouTube is having so many issues with that. It's driving me freaking crazy. The only back issues I want to be involved with are concerned X-Men and Fantastic Four. Very, very true, son of a Red Shirt. I would love to. There are 25 issues of Fantastic Four that I would love to have, namely number 1 through 25. You should use major pain tactic and just break your finger. You'll forget about your back pain. It's funny you should say that, because when the doctor was asking me about the knee pain and the back pain, she says, is the knee pain constant? I said, well, when the back flares up, I don't think about it. But that's, Riker on the Titan could be a good show. Except that Riker, I think it'd be interesting to see Riker, like you could start the series with him being promoted to Admiral. You could have, like, the first episode of the series be an homage to the Titan books by having him being the captain of the Titan, being promoted to Admiral, and then dealing with something like the repercussions after the destruction of Romulus, and having to basically manage this whole this whole diplomatic nightmare of what happened to the Romulans and the Klingons smelling blood in the water. I think that could be really interesting. No series from the current showrunners would work. It would all be trash, and those hacks don't know what they're doing. Well, that unfortunately is true, T. Black Adam says, last scene of Picard is he hands over the new Enterprise to Captain Crusher. That should be the first scene of Picard, though. Had gout. I sympathize. I've never experienced gout. I have a friend that has, and I understand it's no fun, but I don't know anything about it. Wesley Crusher series unsubbed. I am just saying that it could be good. Now, Will Wheaton is not a bad actor. But Wesley Crusher was an annoying character. This would be a chance for them to redeem that character. I've been rewatching season 1 again. Can't figure out the hate for Wesley. Wesley was just annoying Life with Matthew. Honestly, it's not that he's not the Jar Jar, even though I know they called him this on Big Bang Theory. He's not the Jar Jar Binks of Star Trek, but he was a very annoying character. Wesley Crusher is a full shaman mystic by now. That's probably true. A Wesley Crusher show. What meds did they give you? You guys are being mean. Joseph throws a couple of euros in. How does YouTube for money send him dollars and hit like? Thank you, Joseph. Actually, I heard BIRDOPREY say. So if I've been mispronouncing it all this time, I apologize. If it's Joseph, I will call you Yosef. But thank you, Yosef, for the €2. And if you want a super chat reward, please let me know. Same with you, John Araki, if you want one, because you guys are of course entitled. Check Discord, says Black Adam. Enough with the disc. What is with you guys in Discord? What'd you send me now? Let's see. Why Pope Francis may open the door to. Oh, so it's still a rumor kind of thing, or it's a possible thing. He may allow for married priests. Although, like Schromer said earlier, there have been married priests for a long time. Not just in the because there are, like, for example, a Lutheran priest can marry, and a Lutheran priest can then transfer to the Catholic Church and be a married Catholic priest. That's something that actually happens in the States. Sent you a link on Discord. Think it worked. I will check that out later, Rambling Canuck, because right now, I'm not going to be researching that while we're doing the show. And this isn't going to be a particularly long show anyway. But thank you. Thundercat says, a TENS machine attached below the neck can interfere with pain signals from the back to the brain. Does not stop, it reduces. Hope you find something to improve things. Well, the epidural actually does something similar to that. So we'll see. I'm hoping that actually works. Surf says, Andrew, what is better for your channel, Super Chat or mailing cash? Well, mailing cash is always lovely, and Super Chats are great. But honestly, it's whatever works for you. Because, and that's the idea, and I know, Surf, that different people have different concerns as far as using credit cards and stuff online, and I certainly understand that. If you're going to do it digitally, I would say the best way to support the channel, honestly, is to be a subscriber at antitrekker.com, because that yields the least amount of commission being taken from others. Then you have Super Chats and Patron support, and then, of course, you have mailing cash is great, but it's also kind of not something you're supposed to do, because, just one of those things, you're not technically supposed to put cash in the mail for some reason. Star Trek Wesley and the Traveler takes San Francisco. And let's see. Antrigger, I just read that. Kapla, says Birdoprey. He is in the house. Good to see you, Bird. Y'all judging Wesley from a kid in the 80s when he would be almost 50. Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Will Wheaton today is not Wesley Crusher from the 1980s. And so I think that it could have potential. Bird of Prey says, did I miss anything? Yes. You missed me saying the incredibly insane idea that Better Than a Picard show would actually be a Wesley Crusher show. Luke is in the house as well. Good to see you, Luke. I don't know if you saw it, but I responded to your rather lengthy message to me on Discord. And I actually wrote that while I was waiting for an x-ray. Surf says, Captain Crusher would be better than Discovery Season 3. That is true. Scientific Lens says, have Mrs. Aintrigger switch to cast iron pans. It's healthier than those poisonous coated cookery. Plus, you get your iron naturally. I never thought about that. And so now everybody's saying how I want a Wesley Crusher show. Bunch of jerks. Your bridge is messy. How can you see the whole screen? I know, it's a mess right now. I'm gonna, after this live stream, I'm gonna lie down. If I can get enough strength to straighten up a little bit, I will, but no guarantees. Cat, what's with you guys in Discord? Cause we live in your server. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You're weird that way. Valor is in the house. Says, if the Enterprise D Riker combat refit with phaser lance and other upgrades, if that ship was in the Dominion War, could the war have been over faster? Oh, heck yeah. That ship would have sliced through Dominion ships, because, I mean, heck, in the later episodes of the war, once they managed to figure out Dominion shields, you had birds of prey that were just slicing through Dominion ships. So the Enterprise D refit would have just been devastating to them. Nerdotic is being evil, streaming at the same time as you. Well, this is not my usual time, so I can't really be mad at him for that. Besides that, Gary's a friend and good people, so I'm not going to fault him for that. In fact, everybody should go over and tell Gary that Anti-Trekker says hi. Don't like leave the stream. Just open up his stream in another window, say Anti-Trekker says hi, and then come back. John says, I give my vote to the golden turd on your Discord in celebration of all his accomplishments. Okay. And Alex Brooks throws $2 in, says, number 23, and I hit the like already. Am I doing it right? You are, Alex. Thank you so much. And number 23, my favorite. Yes. Shouldn't Star Trek maybe do Star Trek The Next Generation instead? I would actually be for that. No, I mean, I wouldn't call it that, but yes. I would say do a post-Voyager show with an all-new cast. I would be perfectly fine with that, but they're not going to do that. The Epic Beard says, Bird, Turkestan docs have Anti-Trekker so drugged up he wants a Wesley Crusher show. Yes, that's... Yeah. 23, what else? And yes, since I'm not English, it is how Bird... and now you pronounce it, but I do not mind the English version at all. Okay, well, I didn't know if you had a preference, Joseph, so I don't want to... You know what, one thing that I totally believe in is that the most important word in the world to anybody is their own name. So if your name is Joseph, as opposed to Joseph, which is obviously the English pronunciation, then I want to call you Joseph, if that's your name. And John says, is PayPal better margins than Antitrekker.com? Antitrekker.com actually uses PayPal. So it's the exact, and so if you subscribe on Antitrekker.com, that is a PayPal interface that you're doing. Or is Star Trek going to explode in a past war rather than Klingons? Why not focus on the Cardassian War? I think that, I still think the best idea to move forward with Trek is in a post-Romulus Alpha Quadrant, the political ramifications of the near total destruction of the Romulan Empire. Guys, when I saw Will Wheaton play a serial killer and he played it awesome. Yeah, Will Wheaton is not a bad actor. Enter, can you answer me a question? How did you book a hotel or flight before the internet? Actually, very simple. You would call the airline or hotel in question. Or you would hire a travel agent who would call the airline or hotel in question. Will Wheaton is a no-go for me. Well, sorry, Tiki. Wheaton is even more annoying. Full sufferer of TDS. TDS, I'm not sure what that is. Here, you guys have iron deficiency. I have iron overload. Look up hermochromatosis. Only way I can get out is a phlebotomy or removing half a liter of blood and excess iron with it. That sucks, Darth Maul. Dang. Thomas says, don't mail valuable stuff. My grandmother mailed me my father's Navy uniform, and 20 years, I'm still waiting for it. Yeah. Will Wheaton is more soy than man now. That may be true, but I'm sorry. Anybody from the Next Generation cast, that's a true fact about. I'm sorry. That's just... I mean, look at the whole thing with Marina Sirtis lately. I don't think that any of the rest of the Next Gen cast would strongly disagree with her. EW, a Wesley Crusher, ew, a Wesley Crusher show with Will Wheaton, ew. Good to see you, Marlena. Luke says, hey, Checker, I saw you responded, left work 2 hours ago, though I'm back home now. Okay. Will Wheaton is no longer the goofy-looking, annoying kid he was in the 1980s. He's now a goofy-looking, annoying adult. Exactly. Yes, but an awesome serial killer. Son of a Red Shirt is here. Let's see. Oh, and it says, if Ahsoka in episode 9 knows she would be over 50, how could Brie Larson play her character? Well, by saying, hi, I'm Ahsoka, and so I'm the most powerful because I'm Ahsoka. That's how she'll do it. Son of a Red Shirt says, hey, Trigger, what do you think of the push from Doomcock and Ethan Van Sciver to have William Shatner as a paid guest for the Phantom Menace? I don't have a problem with it. I didn't know about that specifically, but I have no problem with it. William Shatner is definitely an anti-SJW, and I would not have a problem with him showing up on the Phantom Menace. And Jay Roars in the house says, good afternoon. Hey, Thundercats, ho, throws £2 into the chat, says Star Trek comedy show called Shut Up, Wesley. There you go. Now we're thinking. That could be a great show. And Thundercats, don't forget, if you want a super chat, to throw it at me. Oh, and I forgot, Joseph wants number 23. I know we already played it once, but you just can't get enough of super chat number 23. I'm sorry, it's too freaking awesome. Absolutely love that one. Sorry, I cut it off a half a second early, but yeah, that's such a good one. What if Wesley Star Trek shows a crossover Star Wars end up fed to a Sarlacc? Would that keep everyone happy? Black Adam says, I think a sovereign successor should be the presidential class. I could see that, but quite frankly, I don't care what the class of the ship is. Just don't make it overpowered like the Sovereign is. And honestly, the Galaxy class was, and Voyager, the Intrepid class was. Tone it down a little. Shut up, Wesley. Sounds like a great show. It does. Black Adam Intrigger, and that successor should be the Imperial class. Is what? Well, then you start getting, and then are they going to call it a Star Destroyer? Shoot Up Wesley would be more like it. Now that's mean. Anti-Trucker over nerdrotic all the time. He has too negative words for my taste. Despite that, I'm subscribe and follow some of his stuff. My money, however, goes to you. Well, thank you, Joseph. I love Gary. Yes, he's a little more negative than I am, but then again, if it's negativity that turns you off, then you should be over Trek Yards, because I'm much more negative than Captain Foley. But honestly, I get it. I do, but I think Gary is a good guy, and I sub to him because, if nothing else, because I want him to know that I actually support him on Patreon as well, because I want him to know that I support what he's doing over there. Rock Solid is in the house and says, afternoon, so tired of doctors and hospitals too. I hear you, Rock Solid. I was at the doctor's for several hours today. I'm so glad to be home, but I am so sore as well, and that's why I'm going to be wrapping this up relatively quickly. But when I do, I want you guys to check out BIRDOPREY. He's going to be talking about some Deep Space Nine in a little bit. So when he does, I expect all of you to go over to his stream and show him some love. What's up, says Darren. Hey, Darren, good to see you. Most important word is yes. Okay. I must have missed something. Shut up, Wesley. Should have been the Picard show. They could be roomies. Yes, that could be awesome. Antrick, if all the Galaxy-class ships was refitted to the Riker combat configuration, would that have been better to do than waste resources in the Defiant? Well, from raw firepower that we've seen, I would say yes. I think that a bunch of Galaxy-class refits could have been a more effective weapon than the Defiant. But the Defiants are meant to be hard to hit and maneuverable on top of packing a punch. So they're both excellent ships as far as tactically. I don't particularly care for the design of either, but from a tactical perspective, they're both pretty good. Ensign Ricky says, if they do any more PAT battles, I would say Earth-Romulan War. Past battles, I would say Earth-Romulan War. I would like to see the Earth-Romulan War, but unfortunately, as far as the canonical history of Trek is concerned, it's already ruined because of what they showed in Enterprise. Enter, I'm going to test going live after your stream. Can I ask your Turd Army to join? You can. However, BIRDOPREY is going to be going live as soon as I finish as well. So then you're going to be competing with him, Surf. And sorry, I did see your comment. I know you mentioned Birdstream. Weird thing that I'm getting messages to monitor that don't need it, like Surf's last message. Okay, that is weird. TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Okay. Oh, so is that like people who like hate Trump with an insane lust? Tiki says that's why I'm a TOS fan. I am a TOS fan as well, as you guys know. I'd rather have Captain Nog series than a Wesley Crusher series. Too much iron in your blood, Mr. Lorat. That you shouldn't trust a beautiful young lady in a bar, especially if she seems interested in you. That's true. I forgot about that. Yes. And let's see. Oh my God, Marina, what a disappointment that comment of her was. What do you mean? Are you talking about your comment? No, it wasn't. Or am I missing something? Did you see Ahsoka in the Clone War cartoon? Brie Larson is a good fit for her. I haven't watched the cartoon, so I don't know what Ahsoka really looks like. But, well, except, isn't she the orange kind of chick? Who I think is somebody else. I believe good opening to the Wesley show will be opening with a close-up of Morn and Quark shouting, "Shut up, Wesley." Yes. What do you think happened to the Maquis crew of Voyager? Well, that's an interesting question. I'm sure that they all got pardons and they lived happily ever after. But they should have all then immediately been arrested and tried for their crimes. Let's see. And so Black Adams, or Darth Maul says, "Bird of Prey, not sure how to respond, but cool. No one in my family has it but me, and I later found out my British grandfather had it. No one knew until I asked my grandma, but I've always loved Iron Man." And Thundercat says, "Any number that tickles your fancy." Well, I got to pick a number then, and so we will pick, close my, we'll do 25.
This isn't the first time I've been tormented by a poop emoji.
There you go. Why? Because we've been talking about Picard. Let's try again. How many... Let's see. Let's try again. How many do you see on the wall, Captain? There are 2 genders. Yes. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that should be a super chat. Oh, man, that should be a super chat. I don't know if we can get away with that one, though. That is brilliant, though, Luke. That is absolutely brilliant. DS9, best Trek, hands down, no competition. Disagree with you, Rock Solid. I would say DS9 is the second best Trek. TOS is the best. I'm sorry. It just is. And let's see. Marlene says, "I meant Marina Sirtis." Okay, that makes sense. Anti-Trekker, you know the trash that Mecha Random Midnight's Edge and Neurotic is spreading around that Alex Kurtzman is fired because Picard is canceled and Disco is no more. Check Discord. Here, first of all, I'm not going to say that it's trash, but I'm also not going to say that it's true. So I know that Gary said on one of his shows that he has an insider at CBS that told him that Kurtzman was being fired, blah, 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 blah. Some online articles started popping up about it, but those online articles actually cited Gary as their source. And so I'm like, I would not feel entirely comfortable with that because that is pure rumor. And I mean, I'm not knocking Gary, of course, but I'm not saying Gary's lying or anything, but his insider could have been lying or doesn't know what he's talking about or whatever. And so I don't know. That's, but I mean, I know that, I mean, we would all like for Kurtzman to be fired. So I guess that's really what it is more than anything else. Thundercat says, Anti-Checker, setting up my new business, so must run. Have a good day. All right, Thundercats, take care of yourself. And yes, Stromer says, Luke, I applaud you, masterfully done. Yes, that is absolutely wonderful. I'm going to have to talk to Joshua about doing that as a super chat reward. That is perfect. Everyone is quoting Nerdrotic, and he's getting it from an inside rumor. Exactly. I would not be comfortable with that. If I were in Nerdrotic's shoes, I would be a little uncomfortable with the fact that people are using him now as a source for that kind of thing. And so but that's, you know, between Nerdrotic and his source and all that. So, let's see. Daniel says, check Discord. This article I said debunks what they claim. Daniel, I don't see it on Discord. Did you send it yet? Oh, there it is. Okay. Are you talking about, let's see, new Star Trek updates from Kurtzman on Picard and animated shows? Okay. Well, and that does seem, yeah, if yesterday Kurtzman put out new information on the shows, it does seem unlikely that he's fired. But, you know, that's the day that's the era we live in. Yeah, I don't believe the rumor mill either. Yeah, that's the thing. I get it, you know, there's a place for the rumor mill, and that place is not this channel. I will comment on articles that people put out, but as you guys have seen, when I get an article and it feels like it's pure rumor mill to me, I call it out as such. However, I am not going to actively spread a rumor, and I'm certainly not going to be the source of a rumor because and in fact, John DeMarco nailed it. As much as I want Kurtzman out of Star Trek, I'm not counting on it, and I'm not going to suggest that it's true unless it comes from the mouth of CBS. Honestly, that's the only. And it's the same thing when people say, "Hey, did you hear they're remaking Citizen Kane?" or some crap like that, you know? And it's like, you know what? Until the studio says we are releasing Citizen Kane 2025 or something, where Citizen Kane is actually an alien from another planet or whatever crap. Until they actually, the studio actually comes out with something, I will say, okay, whatever. But honestly, the Kurtzman deal, you know, there hasn't been any kind of any indication from that I've seen, at least from CBS, that Kurtzman is in trouble. They're all still insisting that Star Trek is wonderfully successful. When I was on the radio, we had a saying: "We don't start rumors, we just spread them." There you go. Dan says, "Man, we could go for a bite to eat sometime and talk, but it sucks. I live in Canada and you're in the U.S." Well, Daniel, there's a simple solution. Get in your car, drive down to Tennessee, and we'll have lunch. I'll tell you what, if you come at the right time as far as my payday schedule, I'll even buy, as long as it's not expensive. Let's see. I will really, Darren says, I will readily admit that I want the Doomcock Midnight's Edge rumors to be true, but I have to be guarded on those subjects until it becomes bona fide, verified, glorified. Yeah, and that's the thing, because, I mean, like Doomcock, you guys know I love Doomcock. However, when he engages in, like, how many times did we hear that Star Trek Discovery was canceled? You know, that the season 2 wasn't going to even happen, that it was just going to be the short treks, that, you know, everybody was going to panic over at CBS. And you know what? No indication of that, but whatever. And Checker, what special actor were you in a TOS episode? As far as I know, I never appeared in a TOS episode, Surf. Who would be your ideal production crew, showrunner, writer, etc. for a new Star Trek series? I got to default to Doomcock's first choice, actually. I think Ronald D. Moore would be great, but Ronald D. Moore would not be interested. I honestly would I would not go with an established Hollywood insider. If CBS hired me right this very minute and said, guess what, Michael, you know what, we've watched your live streams and stuff, and we decided that we want you running Trek because Kurtzman is an idiot and we've seen some of your ideas and you've got it. I'd be like, okay, great. What are you going to do? Well, first thing I'm going to do is start talking to the fans, talking to you guys, and finding people who, and this is a tough balance because a lot of you guys are passionate about Trek, but you got to find people that are both passionate about Trek, that understand the history of Trek, but also understand good storytelling. So the and then you find those people, unknowns mostly, and you put them as in the production room above the writers, and then the writers basically have to report to them, and then we have a team to make a true Trek show. But I would be the showrunner. Dang it. The day CBS fires and throws out Kurtzman is the day they prove that the left has lost the battle. Exactly. So they're not going to do it. Not for a while, anyway. But the flack I got about and asking the Facebook community about what they felt incredible. Of course, it's Facebook. Don't ever ask Facebook anything. The people who made STD are too stupid to realize their show sucks. That is a problem. You are right. They think it's absolute genius. Are you from Memphis, Andy Trekker? Because you are the only 10 I see. How are you doing? I'm okay, Roxall, but I'm not sure what you mean by that exactly. But no, I am not from Memphis. I actually live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is right smack dab in the middle of the state. I'm not from here, though. I'm originally from California. Star Trek Section 31 plans to begin filming immediately after Discovery Season 3 wraps. Set you this cool article on Discord for your reading delight. Okay, I will check it out. But I would much rather just hear that they're going to start over or just can the whole thing. Try and compare a picture of you in your 30s to those TOS extras. Yeah, I'd have, you know, I don't know, I'd have to look, honestly. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know. I want Kurtzman to stay on for 5 years. It's so funny and make fun of their productions. Your live reactions to Discovery episodes, hella laughs. I see how you are, Surf. I see how you are. I will say, it can be fun to talk about it, but I would rather have good Trek and a failed YouTube channel. But yeah. Breaking news, Alex Kurtzman is rumored to be promoted to Viceroy of CBS, according to my sources. His first decree will be terrible entertainment for all peasants. Oh, jeez. Yes. Michael Wells is here, says, hello from Atlanta. This is my first time here. Welcome, Michael. You are always welcome here. And by the way, you are not the only person in Atlanta that regularly comes by. We got a few people in your area. Wonderful city. I've only been there a couple of times, but I'm just a few hours north of you. DC Fontana's fake name for the Space Hippies episode. Sigh, yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because DC Fontana, great writer, but she's also written some stinkers, and Space Hippies was definitely one of them. That was a horrible episode. It's a cheesy pickup line. Tennessee, 10 IC. Oh, got it. It's okay. My uncle John Garrett was on Star Trek The Next Generation. He was also in Grease, Grease 2, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, and choreographed several Academy Awards shows. Wow. That's pretty impressive. John Garrett's got quite a resume, J. Roar. You should, you know, doesn't he have, like, dump trucks full of money and stuff? Antrekker was born in Sodom. Wow. You just, what a jerk. Michael says, have some friends in Murfreesboro. Yeah, Murfreesboro is a wonderful town. I like it. We've been here for about 5 years now, and I got to say, it's a wonderful place. So any thoughts on the non-animation Lucasfilm changing of the guard? It's not, honestly, I think that it's much ado about nothing. Kathleen Kennedy is still in charge of Lucasfilm. They hired a new vice president. Does that mean they're going to really change anything? Probably not. But I will wait and see. That's how anybody, I mean, here's the thing. They could say, even if they said Kurtzman, like, let's say that the rumors are true. Kurtzman's fired. And they bring in these new people we've never heard of. Guess what? That doesn't mean Star Trek's going to suddenly be good. And so until I see something good, I'm not going to believe anything. Breaking news, says Darren. J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot are rebooting the DCEU. They've decided to set everything on Earth 3 with the Crime Syndicate of America. Well, I did hear that Bad Robot may be taking over the DCEU, but I have not heard anything about it being on Earth 3, which would be interesting. And let's see. Michael says, Antrekker, I played in the Chattanooga Symphony for quite a few years. Very cool. What do you play? I'm curious. I play the flute, by the way. I played in a symphony many years ago. I haven't played in years, though, and but that's awesome. My Steam is queued up. Should we go to Mars live directly when you stop? All right, Surf. You and BIRDOPREY are gonna be fighting over everybody. So I want everybody to either go to Surf Tectonics or BIRDOPREY 5. Those are your only choices when this stream stops. And so, and you should be subscribed to both of them already. Just saying. Let's see. George, you jumped to the future in the second season finale of Star Trek Discovery. This may explain why the Section 31 series, if picked up, won't be seen until after Discovery's third season. Yeah, that would make sense. However, I'm not optimistic about it. And the funny thing is, so how are they going to get Georgiou back in time and nobody else? Or are they just going to all go back in time and then they're just going to continue on? The crime syndicate thing was an obvious joke, but considering recent events, there may have been a little too close to potential reality. Yes. Davik is here from Nashville. Wow, we got this area, Tennessee and Georgia, well represented here. Good to see you, Davik. I used to play trumpet, baritone, and tuba. Wow. You got me beat. Marlena says, according to my source, Kurtzman got mixed up with his mirror counterpart. Unfortunately, there's a mirror one. The mirror one is no different. Well, we all forgot to tell Antrick about the Endgame news. No, actually, I can't remember who it was. I think it was it Peter? Yeah, Peter Quinn sent me the news via Discord today that they're going to re-release Endgame with some additional footage. I already told Mrs. Antitrekker that if they do, in fact, do that, that we're going to have to go see it. And I absolutely want Endgame to beat Avatar's record, so I'm all for it. They hired new vice president for Lucasfilm. Oh boy, what's his function? Director of True Reactions to Star Wars Content. New motto, don't be a censor. Except that it's a she, and I don't know anything about her, other than it's a she. The day Bad Robot takes over the DCU is the day the woke media and SJW have a massive field day. Yeah, they probably will. Michael says, I'm a French horn player. My wife plays flute on occasion. Very cool, Michael. So you probably have much more talent than me. And Marlena says, it's a she. It's a woman's world now. You know, that is true. From what I understand, Picard is in big trouble based on those screening tests, which, of course, is why we have the Kurtzman news. Well, and that's the thing. If that's all true, great. Well, not great, but I'm fine with it. But at the same time, the screening tests and stuff, I don't know. I have not heard anything about... Because, let's be honest, somebody could say whatever they want about some test screening because everybody out of test screening signs a non-disclosure agreement. BIRDOPREY is guessing Georgiou snuck off Discovery before they went to the future. Well, we'll find out at the beginning of Season 3. Darth Maul says, when I was a teenager, my dad did the pest control for Paramount Studios. I got to see Jerry Ryan in her catsuit on the way to makeup. She was glorious. Oh, man. Darth Maul, you need to tell, next time he's here, Alexander, you need to tell him that he is absolutely in love with Jerry Ryan. I hope the Section 31 series will take place in the 33rd century, so they don't go back in time. I doubt that's going to happen. I think, I don't know what they're going to do, but it's not going to go well. The Section, no matter what they do with Discovery and Picard, I think that the Section 31 show is dead on arrival. There's no way they're going to make it a good show. Look at what they did to Section 31 already. Are they going to re-release Endgame and make it good? Wow, that's right, I forgot you hate Endgame. You're such a jerk. Let's see. And let's see. Gary says he sent you a message, but you haven't got back to him. Gary said he sent me a message, but I haven't got back to him. Did he? I sent him a message the other day. Where did he send it? Because if that's true, I don't want to. I certainly don't want to blow off Gary. We've been talking about doing something together sometime, so I need to find out where he sent it because I don't see it. But maybe I haven't been to antitricker.com lately, so I need to check there. But thanks. I will see if I can find it. Been away too long since I've caught a live stream. Hope all is well. Well, Deering, it's been a rough patch, but thank you. Additional footage. Why do I have the shrinking feeling it will be more Captain Marvel? I hope not, but you know what? Even if it is, I still want them to break the record. I'm guessing that's the only reason they're re-releasing Endgame. Oh, agreed. And let's see. Yep, I did. I'll step in an agony booth after the stream. No, don't step in the agony booth, Marlena. Mars has red rocks. That's true. And BIRDOPREY says, if there is a Season 3, I think there will be. Breaking news. The MCU decided to double down on its SJW woke agenda with Captain Marvel 2. Joking. Maybe not. I hope I'm wrong. I Honestly, I don't think that Marvel is going to go as woke as people are afraid. I genuinely don't. Maybe it's just because I have too much faith in Kevin Feige, but we'll see. Damn it, I did it again. Hey, Mr. Miles, good to see you, my friend. Section 31 has been 86 because it's a Section 8 idea. Roxas says, I'm a jerk. Well, yes, but Endgame was also terrible. Disagree on you that. Speaking of SJW nonsense, anyone else the make the Joker gay petition? That doesn't even make sense. What is with people wanting? You know what? First of all, why would you want a psychotic killer to represent you? But whatever. Avengers Endgame's at $2,744,939,541 and climbing. Yes, it is getting dangerously close. It's about 40 million away from beating Avatar. Ensign Ricky says, no one ever mentions the actual hero of Endgame, the rat that let Ant-Man out of the van. That's true. The rat saved the universe. And here I thought Ant Tricker streamed this morning. No, I was at the doctor's all morning, Mr. Miles. That's why I didn't stream this morning. If it's Gary, check out Twitter. Oh, that's probably what it is, because, yeah, I'm horrible about Twitter. I need to I'll get on there later. Sci-Fi says, hello there, my fellow Stargate fan and nerd. To Mr. Miles. Darren says, I'm really hoping that What We Left Behind documentary and all the attention it's gathered causes a direction change for Star Trek. I would like that to happen, Darren, but honestly, I don't see it. Enter, would Jonathan Frakes be willing to run a Trek series? I don't see why he would. I mean, he's directing a couple episodes of Picard. He's directed 3 episodes of Discovery. He obviously likes doing that kind of stuff. I don't see why he wouldn't, but here's the thing. He directed 3 episodes of Discovery. Just because Jonathan Frakes was part of TNG does not mean it would be good. Because he directed 3 episodes of Discovery. It's been a long time getting from there to here. It has, I tell you. The Rat Venger, yes. I thought Alexander was here. No, Alexander, haven't seen him today. I'm going to set up Skype sometime so anyone can stupid stream with me. All right. And Tiki's got faith of the heart. I've been following box office, rooting for Endgame to pass Avatar. I have as well. I'm not sure. Gary just said he sent you a message, but didn't receive a response yet. He did not elaborate. I will check my Twitter. That's probably where it is. And I haven't checked Twitter since my back went out. And of course, wait, the Joker isn't gay? Huh? Guess I never cared enough to find out. Well, here's the thing. Harley Quinn. End of discussion. Joker is not gay. Have you seen the SG-1 episode 200 yet? It's a true lover side. Oh, yes. That's the one with Wormhole Extreme, I think. I love that one. I've got to see DS9 Voyager and Enterprise sets as a Trekkie. I was in heaven, which makes the current state of Trek hurt more. Absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely. Since Disney now owns Fox and Fox has the rights to MASH, Klinger is now a Disney princess. Not entirely accurate, but funny. Disney doesn't own Fox. Disney owns Fox's IPs. Thomas throws another $1.99 in Stargate Origins, Stargate Origins, number 22. Wow. What a jerk you are. Ah, Thomas, you bastard. I've got faith of the heart and a pain in the neck. Well, pain more in the back, but yes. Harley Quinn is now trans. BIRDOPREY says, Dexter is back home with his 2 dads? No idea what you're talking about. Wow, so you've seen all of SG-1 then? No, I'm in season 7 right now. Quinn is now trans, confirmed Joker is gay. Yeah. I'm in a stream war with BIRDOPREY 5 and no one else knows about it. That's true. I don't even know if BIRDOPREY 5 knows about it. Wait, is Sarah Connor a Disney princess now? No, Terminator does not belong to Disney, I don't believe. Terminator franchise isn't Fox, is it? I don't even know. On which season and episode of SG1 are you? Can you recall me what happens in it? It's been a couple of weeks since I watched any. Man, I'm drawing a blank, Luke. But no, I'm not to Mr. Miles' favorite episode yet. I think I'm like around episode 16 or so of season 7. It's good to see Mr. Miles' beloved Super Chat back. Good old butthole. You guys are bad. I will sign for free. You got to pay Bird to sign. Yeah, you see, that's the difference. So that's why you're trying to get it. All right, guys. So I am hurting too much to keep going. I apologize, but I do want to say this to all 64 of you. Thank you for joining me and hanging out with me this little bit of time. And please, I know BIRDOPREY is getting ready to stream. And so is Star Trek. Star Trek. Surf Trek Tonics. Both of them are about to stream. And so please, guys, check them out. Honestly, check them out. Give them a little bump in their stream today. Say hi. And if you don't like what you see, then switch to the other one. If you do like what you see, don't. And yes, Marlena, I'm going to check Nerdrotic's message, but I'm going to lie down first. Why not watch both streams, says BIRDOPREY. Well, yes, absolutely. All right, guys. So take it easy. I don't have a fancy quip today. I'm just hurt.